It's a lovely and sunny day, and we're off to Broadway, also known as the Jewel of the Cotswolds in Worcestershire. Pour yourself a cup of tea, sit down, and join us for some countryside exploration. As always with my exploration vlogs, you can expect fun, magic, and madness. So, what are you waiting for? Let's begin. So we've just arrived, and George has given me some wonderful advice. I think you want to tell them what you said?
Don't look too much like a tourist.
Yes. And what else did you say?
Don't embarrass yourself.
I shall try not to embarrass myself, no guarantees. After that wonderful advice, embarrassing myself is now number 1 on my priority list. Look how pretty it is! And George too. My favourite part of exploring is seeing the scenery in George's back, because he walks off so quickly. So, first thoughts. What do you think, George?
It's very nice.
Thanks for that.
Very insightful.
Yeah, I like it. I would like to live here, but as George says,
I wouldn't want to pay for it. I don't want to pay for it, or only need it because it's too expensive.
I don't know how I feel about tourists peeking in at my living room. I'm really glad I captured that.
Sitting there in your pyjamas and someone's just poking their nose in the window. It's like,
You know, we can't pass up the opportunity to go into the charity shop, and we found a new board game, which was £2, called Cohen, or Coan, that's how you say it. So we'll play this at home, we'll let you know how it goes. £7 for the local museum, that's lunch, that is. I've always dreamed of owning a countryside cottage, but I'd certainly have to check the dimensions first. After seeing the prices, it's definitely a long way off. After some charity shopping and pretending to be potential house buyers, it was time for lunch. Without doing any research beforehand, we stumbled across the Broadway Deli, and oh my word, we can't recommend this place enough. Inside is an emporium of special gifts, groceries, and also a cafe. I tried a locally sourced elderflower drink, and it was delicious.
Beautiful day to have a day out. You picked a good one. Yeah.
Despite the shock of my life in the bathroom, we had an amazing time. Broadway was once the place you'd stop in your horse and carriage on the way from Worcester to London. It also became a retreat for artists like William Morris during the arts and crafts movement. I'm not sure if this is a really niche question, but does anyone recognise these chocolates? I swear we used to have them when we were kids. George has just told me about some beautiful, fragrant, floral smell. What did you say it smelled like?
It's like roses or flowers or something.
Yeah, it's manure.
Evidently got more of a cold than I think.
Yeah, I think you're coming down with something. What's your favourite part of today?
I like that lunch, that was very nice. I'm very food orientated, so
Nice.
yeah, I mean, just the kind of I like to look at the sunlight on the Sound, really. It's very pretty. It's got a nice sort of warmth to it.
Can you tell us anything that's interesting about this area?
Not yet, no.
So I think this is interesting. Elgar, the composer, who was born near Worcester, apparently spent lots of time here drawing inspiration for his musical compositions. It really feels like we're in some sort of period drama. It's lovely. I'm waiting for the horse and cart. George has got the old map of the county out, haven't you?
I have got a map in the back.
We're figuring out a route to the tower, because our parking is not going to last for much longer. My tip if you're visiting is to just walk from the town to the tower. It takes longer to drive because you have to go on a detour. Oh well, dearie, isn't this lovely? Now, I couldn't leave out this wonderful footage of George getting really frustrated at his pot of tea. I have to say, choosing a Bakewell tart is always a risk, but this was delicious, and I had a spiced apple drink too. We had a really nice conversation with this lady who was Scottish. She was really...
Do you reckon if we come back every time and steal one bit of stone at a time, we can build a house out of it?
Maybe. That's, to be fair though, George, it's, how much was the parking? £3? That's £3 a brick. George was having a lovely conversation about our trip to Edinburgh. And
Because the lady was from Glasgow, she went to visit us this week.
so she was giving us some little tips of where to go next. Do you remember where she suggested?
Glasgow and St Andrews, I think, as well. She suggested.
Hopefully in the summer we can go to the, what's it called? The military tattoo. And then we might try and make a little weekend of it. So, the tower is only meters away. We're in striking distance of... I do sound like a BBC voice, don't I? Good evening, this is Broadway Tower at 4 o'clock. Today, two homosexuals try and infiltrate Broadway Tower without paying for a ticket. Let's go see how they get on. This is perfectly fine. It is a public footpath, so we're not doing anything naughty. Phew, that's good. I think it's only if we go on the other side that we are getting into trouble. So, actually, we'll stay on this side. We'll be good. We're here. Was it worth it, George?
Yeah.
You're really selling it. Although it was cold and windy, you can see why so many people choose to visit Broadway. I think that this trip was just what we needed. I'm ready for my old man picture. Are you ready? Done. Thank you very much if you made it this far. Please check out my other adventures, subscribe, and until next time, take care and see you soon.